Welcome to the Plagiarism tutorial. In this video, you'll learn what plagiarism is and what it looks like, then how to avoid it. Let's start with what is plagiarism. Simply, it's uncredited use, both intentional and unintentional, of someone else's words or ideas. Now, when you present an idea as your own, without giving credit to another's work, it's not ethical and is considered academic fraud. And this can have serious consequences. When you're caught plagiarizing, it can result in a failure for the assignment or the entire course, along with possible disciplinary action from the college. So what does plagiarism look like? First, it includes buying papers, finding papers on the internet, or using a friend's work. This includes using generative AI to write your papers. AI has a place in our world, but it should not replace our learning, reasoning, and writing skills. Many of our instructors use plagiarism detection services, and these services will discover if you've cheated on your work. Second, if you don't cite previous work that you have personally authored, it's considered self-plagiarism. The reasoning is, if you don't admit that it's from past work, the reader believes it is a new and original idea. Now, if you have information from a previous paper and you'd like to reuse it, ask your instructor about it. Last, you cannot change a few words or the arrangement of the words in someone else's work and turn it in as your own. This also includes combining ideas from different sources. So now we need to discuss how not to plagiarize, and learning how to cite your work will help. An in-text citation is an acknowledgement that you include whenever you quote or take information from a source in your writing. It points the reader to the source so they can see where you got your information. For every in-text citation in your paper, there must be a corresponding entry in your reference list. Now, quotations are the exact words from a source that you use in your paper. When you use a quote, place quotation marks around the phrase that you're quoting. Then make sure that you use an in-text citation to let your reader know where the quote came from. And here's what a quote with the in-text citation will look like in your paper. When you do a citation, use the last name of the author or, as in this case, use the title of the web article. Use whatever the first element is in your reference entry. When you do this, it helps the reader to easily find the source on the reference page. Now, paraphrasing is restating in your own words someone else's ideas to back up your opinions. It's an alternative to quoting all the sources and makes the paper much more interesting to read. Think of paraphrasing as though you watched a movie or read a book and then sat down with a friend and started to tell them about it. You tell them your interpretation of it. When you paraphrase, do the same thing with your in-text citation that you would do with a quote. Use the first element of the reference entry and the page number if one is available. You can also use a signal phrase to introduce a source. When you use one, include the title of the source or the author's name within the text. Then include, in parentheses, the page number if one is available. If you'd like additional information about quotes, paraphrasing, or signal phrases, see the library's citation guides or the Purdue OWL. Now, here are some tips to help avoid plagiarizing. First, start early. The longer you put off that paper, the more tempting it will be to take shortcuts that can lead you to plagiarize. Next, keep track of your sources. You may have every intention of citing a source, but suddenly you can't find it. So keep track of all the information you plan to use in one place, such as a Word or Google document. Then, when in doubt, cite. You can also ask your instructor or a librarian for advice. Last, please know that citing your sources helps your reader believe what you're writing because it's obvious that you're basing your paper on research rather than inventing the information. Okay, this is the end, and this was just a brief overview of plagiarism. If you have questions, please feel free to contact your Sandburg librarian at library@sandburg.edu. Thanks, and I hope you have a beautiful day.